are two things my inappropriate husband said to me at our kitchen table this weekend. Saturday night, we're having hamburgers for dinner. My 5-year-old was a little moody, so he didn't feel like eating dinner. So I told him, if you have just a few bites of meat, it'll give you the protein to grow big and strong, just like Daddy. And my husband responds with a little bicep flex like Popeye, and my 5-year-old thinks it's funny and agrees to eat some more hamburger. And then my husband looks at me dead in the eye and goes, "Don't just look at me, look at your mom. She's super strong too. She always eats her meat." And then on Sunday morning, my husband made us some scrambled eggs while the kids were eating waffles. And I don't know what he does differently when he makes them, but I love his scrambled eggs. So we're all sitting at the table eating, and he goes, "Are you enjoying your scrambled eggs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I love when you make them. You've got just the right touch." And he goes, "Yes, I know. It's a delicate dance when you're making eggs. You have to swirl around in the pan with just the right rhythm. Not too soft, not too hard. But slowly, 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 and then boom! You get to enjoy the euphoric satisfaction of the best eggs ever." And I look at him and I'm just like, all right, I gotta give it to you with this one. Should I just mic him up so you guys could hear this live or what? I guess it was only a matter of time until my husband was going to get his hands on our family digital calendar. I use it for things like appointments and keeping track of my kids' homework and when the tests are going to be at school. But I came across a few things that he added to the chore list for himself. Let's see what my inappropriate husband has on his to-do list. My husband's favorite time to annoy me is when I'm sick. And as you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm congested and I have a cough that will not quit. So last night we're at the dinner table and I go to take my first bite and immediately start a coughing attack. You know, the kind where you cannot stop coughing, you've got tears streaming down your face, and you probably peed in your pants a little bit. So as to not cough on everybody else's dinner, I step away and go sit on the couch in the other room. Once I calm down, I walk back over to the table and sit down, and my 5-year-old's like, "Mommy, why can't you stop coughing?" And I'm like, "Sorry, buddy, when I talk too much or I put food in my mouth that tickles my throat, it makes me start coughing." And my lovely husband says, "If you're having trouble with dinner, I've got something you can put in your mouth if you're hungry. It'll give you a nice throat coat to soothe all your problems." My oldest is like, "Would honey help? You usually put that in your tea." My husband adds on, "I've got some sweet honey for you. It's even organic. The best part is you won't have to talk while I give it to you." Why are they like this? I am sick and irritable, and this man is always ready with a joke. For crying out loud, sir, just let me be. And you can keep that thing away from me too. Another day, another inappropriate husband moment. Honestly, it's my own fault because I handed it to him on a silver platter. I've got a homemade sloppy joe recipe that everybody in my house loves. Like even the kids, okay? So you know it's good. When it was finished, I accidentally forgot to take the pot off the burner, so it was still hot as lava when I went to serve it. So I scooped some of it onto my kids' plates, spread it out a little bit so it can cool down before I call them over. It's ready and they sit down and it's still pretty hot. I say what any caring, loving, concerned mother would say. Make sure you check the meat and blow on it a little bit before you put it in your mouth. You know as well as I do that this was the perfect opportunity for my husband to say, "Listen to your mom. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to meat." I did it to myself. Honestly, I did it to myself. It doesn't matter what I do. This man is on all the time. I know what you're going to say, Becky. It's your choice. You married this man. And yes, you're right. Does he drive me crazy? Absolutely. But does he make me laugh and I love him more than anything? Also, yes. Inappropriate husband number 55, coming to you from your girl with the flu. Last night, my 5-year-old's in the bathtub and he's talking about the Amazon. And I'm like, Amazon? What's the Amazon? He's like, it's a river somewhere in the world. And I'm like, oh, you must have been watching either Bluey or Thomas the Train when they have accents and they say things weird. So I tell him it's called the Amazon River. Then my husband rounds the corner into the bathroom to grab a tissue and he says, "You guys talking about the Amazon?" My son's like, "Yeah, it's a really long river." My husband goes, "You know they have anacondas in the Amazon." And my son's like, "What's an anaconda?" And my husband's like, "It's the biggest snake in the world, and I also have one in my pants." And my 5-year-old's like, "In your pants?" Husband goes, "Yep," and just walks out. Now my son's cracking up at the idea that my husband has a huge snake in his pants. I'm like, great. I really hope he doesn't go to school and tell all his friends that his dad has a snake in his pants. I don't need that email from the teacher. You already know what Sir Mix-a-Lot says about anacondas. And one day, all this shit is gonna click. Oh, God. Damn it!
it!